All right, this video is about recording music videos using backing tracks and your instrument to your iPad using the Behringer 204hd analog to digital converter. This will take your analog signals, convert them to digital, and you can record it up to your iPad. Now the power for this unit comes from the USB cord, and to get that power into the damn it, here we go. To get it into your iPad, you need one of these camera adapters that you can get from Apple. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them at Best Buy, like $39. It's got the lightning connector here, and that's going to plug right into your iPad down here. Now, using this and plugging your Behringer into this, your iPad will be powering your Behringer. Now, if you have problems and your Behringer starts doing squirrely things, it's because you don't have enough power from your iPad to drive this. Now, to correct this, you can get the unit I got here is a power hub. It's a USB power hub. I've got 4 inputs. I can turn these inputs on or I can turn them off. Whatever input I have turned on, well, for instance, I'm going to take my Behringer USB cable and I'm going to plug it into this hub. Now I'm going to turn the power on here, and now I have power to my Behringer. You see the lights on there. I'll turn the power off, light goes off, turn the power on. Okay, that's powering my Behringer. It's going into this hub. The output from the hub is going in to this Apple adapter that goes in to the iPad. Okay, that's pretty much straightforward. Turn the power off there. So you've got your signal going in to your Apple. Now let's set the Behringer up originally here, where we wanted our original state. We're going to use the headphone output on the end, and you're going to plug your headphones into there. You've got a volume control for your headphones. We're going to set it to there's a switch here that says stereo or mono. We're going to put it on stereo. When you have it on stereo, you are listening in your headphones. What you hear is what's going to be on the recording. You'll hear the left track, you'll hear the right track. If you put it on mono, it'll blend these two inputs on top of each other only in your headphones. On the recording, it'll still be left and right. So if you've got the backing tracks going into one channel and your instrument going into the other, your recording is going to have the backing track on the left side and your instrument on the right side. If you're just playing it back on your iPad, it sounds good, but when you want to play it on YouTube, or you want to put some earbuds in, or you want to use some Bluetooth, you're just going to hear the instrument in one ear and the backing track on the other. It's not a good recording. So we're going to set that switch at stereo so you can hear exactly what's recording. The switch that's right next to it is labeled mix. If you turn that switch all the way counterclockwise, then what you're hearing in your headphones is what is coming into these two inputs. After you've recorded onto your iPad, you can listen to that recording by taking this mix switch and turning it all the way clockwise. And now and then start your video up on your iPad, and you should be able to listen to it in your headphones. When you're all done, if you don't hear anything, I had the situation where I didn't get anything, but I went back to my iPad and I turned the volume up. The volume was turned all the way down. but that way you don't have to unplug. You don't have to unplug this from your iPad to listen to your recording. You just switch this over to the other side. You can leave it right in the middle and you can hear both. But when you're listening to your recording, if you have any portion of this counterclockwise signal coming in, you'll hear a lot of background noise that's coming through your microphone or your guitar or whatever. So when you want to listen to your recording, your video that you made, turn it all the way clockwise. Okay, so we're going to be recording, so we're going to take it all the way counterclockwise. We're ready to set this up. Like I say, normally you take your signal, your backing track is going to be, in my case, I use my iPad. You can use your phone. The signal coming out of the iPad, if you've got an older iPad, you've got this cable here. This is a 1/8 inch stereo cable. You can plug it right in to the headphone output on your iPad. Now you can play your backing track and you can get one of these mono adapters. This is a stereo adapter, but you get a mono adapter and then you can plug it right in here. This is not a stereo input. This is a mono input. So your backing track is going to be just on that channel. And then you put your instrument in the other and you start playing and you turn the volume up on these two pots here. A green light will indicate that you got a signal coming in. If it's overdriving, the red light will start flashing. You want to get the signal as loud as you can for recording, but not overdrive it. So start playing, play your backing tracks, adjust the volume until the red light comes on, and then just back it off just a little bit. You want to get a strong signal into your iPad. If you get a low signal, you won't be able to get much volume on your iPad. So anyway, that's the drawback to the Behringer. You can get your instrument into one side, you can get your backing track into the other, but they're separate. We want a good recording. We want the backing track to be in stereo, which is like they are when you buy them or when you get them off of YouTube or wherever you get your backing tracks. They're stereo. You want the backing track to be on both sides of your headphones. So the fix for that Alright, I've got my fix for that is, there it is the Behringer MA400, the Behringer MA400. It's a monitor amplifier. Guys use it on stage. They plug their mics into it and they come out of the monitor or the PA system and they can adjust their mic volume on this so they can turn themselves up. They can control themselves, but this is great for recording. What we're going to do here, we got the Behringer MA400. First of all, there's a switch right here, stereo or mono. We're going to put that switch on stereo. Now, right over here is the monitor input. This is a stereo input. You have a cable here coming out of your iPad. This is the coming out of your headphone or the iPad. This will be your backing track in stereo. I've got a converter here that converts it from 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch stereo. We're going to plug that right in to that monitor input. Now I can control the volume of that input with this pot labeled monitor. There's one labeled monitor. All right, now I want to get this signal back into my Behringer unit. Now, there's another set of outputs here for phones, headphones. There's a 1/4 inch and there's an 1/8 inch. These are stereo again. You can use your regular headphones in here, or you can use your earbuds with the 1/8 inch. What we have here is a breakout cable. This cable, it's got the stereo 1/8 inch cable. The other end of that cable, you see, they're mono. This is a breakout cable, this is stereo, this is left, and this is right. So it takes your stereo, breaks it into mono inputs left and right. We're going to take this stereo and we're going to plug it into the phone, the 1/8 inch phone jack of that MA400 here in the 1/8 inch phone jack. So that's our headphone. We got right and left coming out. We're going to take these two and we're going to come to the Behringer and we're going to put them into input 1 and input 2. So now we've got your backing track split up into stereo. You got your right and left channel of your backing track. When you listen with your headphone over here, you're going to have your backing track stereo, right and left. Okay, now we got to get the instrument in there. The instrument for this unit is a microphone. It's a XLR, you know, the 3-pin bit. If you're playing guitar, I did notice, and I did purchase one of these just to see if it'll work. It's a 3-pin male to a 1/4 inch male. This would probably work on a guitar. I don't have a guitar to try it. I did try it. What did I tried it on my PA system to see if I could bring the signal over. But anyway, if you want to purchase one of these and try it on your guitar, you know, go for it. You could probably get them, well, you can get them at Sweetwater. But I found that had a little bit of noise to it. What I found worked really nice was these converters. This converts the 3-pin unbalanced to a 1/4 inch. It's a mic jack, mic converter. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that mic converter. This is the mic input here. We're going to take that 3-pin. We're going to plug it in there. We plugged it right into the mic input. That's a mono input. It's not a stereo. I had a stereo one I tried and I couldn't get stereo out of it. So it's a mono input, but the nice thing is what you're coming in with this input is going to go out on both the right and left channel of this headphone. So you got your backing track coming in here. No, backing track coming in here. It's stereo. It's going out here stereo to right and left. You got your mic input, which you can play an instrument here. You hook a microphone in and play saxophone. I've got a voice processing box I use for my saxophone. I use a powered mic on that, and then I bring that signal right into here. But this signal then comes out both right and left, balanced. So I think we're all set up there. Like I say, you're going to go... Damn, cord keeps hanging up. You're going to plug your guitar right in here. This unit is powered by 12 volts. Most of the little boxes you guitar players get are 9 volt, I think. So make sure you use the correct charger adapter that came with it. It's a 12 volt. When we power everything up, you're going to have, you power everything up. You put your headphones on. Headphones are coming from the Behringer here. You got your adjuster for the headphones. You're going to turn your iPad on. You're going to start playing your backing track. And you're going to use your monitor level. You're going to use the monitor level here. Adjust your backing track. If it's not loud enough, turn it up on your iPad. You don't want it all the way up on your iPad. The closer you get the maximum volume, the more chance you're going to have for distortion. So if you can keep it backed off of the maximum on your iPad, and then you keep it backed off on the maximum of the monitor here. But you adjust the monitor level here. You look at your Behringer. You look at the lights on there until they start blinking just a little red. You adjust the volume of the different tracks. There's impedance switches here, line or instrument. They should be on line for bringing this type of signal in. But you adjust it till you just get flashing a little red, back it off. You'll hear it in your headphones. You can adjust your headphone volume with the switch there. So you should get a nice even sound on your backing track. Adjust both sides level so the sound is even. Turn your guitar on, start turning it up a little bit. And using the mic switch here for whatever you're plugged in here. In your case, it would be guitar. Adjust the mic level until you get a nice blend. You get a nice volume blend between the backing track and whatever it is you're playing. Now, I will say this to you. If you're making a recording that you're going to put directly on the Facebook, adjust your volume levels so your guitar is the right volume for your backing track. If you're going to make a video that you're going to send to me that I'm going to put into iMovie and combines your playing and my playing, turn your guitar up just a little bit so it has a little more volume than it should have on the final version. When I make recordings, when I make the videos on iMovie, I can put the backing track in as one of the tracks, just the empty backing track. And then if you're playing guitar and you're a little louder than what you need to balance, I can raise the volume of that backing track I put in there to even it out. But if your volume isn't enough, I cannot boost it. If I boost it, it's going to boost whatever backing track is on your recording. So if you're sending stuff to me to blend with my horn, make sure you're just a little bit louder, and I can take care of it from there. But if you use this setup, then what you're going to end up with your final video is going to be the same thing you're going to hear with that switch on your Behringer set at stereo. But this is set at stereo, that's what you're going to hear. In your old setup, you must have that switch on mono and it sounds good to you. And when you play it back on the iPad, it sounds good, but put your earbuds in and take a listen to it. You're going to hear the right and left, and it doesn't sound good when you got the full backing track on one side and the instrument and no backing track on the other side. So this is an easy fix. It's not that expensive of a fix, but it does the job. And an added benefit, if you're just playing around and you're not recording, you're not making videos, you're just playing quietly and don't have to turn your amp on, you've got your backing track coming into here and you got your instrument coming into here. You can unplug this signal that's going to the Behringer, to the 204hd, and you can plug your headphones right into here, and you can get the full effect of your full backing track and your full instrument right in here without using the larger unit. It did say in the instructions for this, don't plug in the 1/8" headphones and the 1/4" headphones at the same time. And again, make sure this switch is on stereo, because backing tracks are in stereo. They sound a lot nicer on the final recording if you have the stereo backing track. Your instrument's going to be laid on top in mono, just the way we want it. It's a sweet setup. Give it a try, and I think it should work for you. It should work for both of us. It's nice to have the same recording equipment. We've got the digital background coming in. You don't get any of the outside noise because everything's coming right through here. It's not like you're setting mics up to record the background and everything else. I think that's all I got to say. If you got any questions, give me a call. Hope it works out for you. I'm sure. I tried the stuff I sent to you. I tried it out. It all worked. And again, if you want to get some effects, you can go into an effects pedal. Before you go into here, you can go through an effects pedal. If you got a digital delay, if you don't, I've got one you can borrow. I don't use it. If you got a reverb, if you want to come out of your amplifier, if your amplifier has a line out or a monitor out, you can come from that monitor out using that cord I showed you earlier. That cord that you can I got so many damn cords laying around here. Here. If you've got a monitor out of your amplifier, so you want to get your effects set up on your amplifier, you can plug this into that monitor on your amplifier, and you can plug this directly into here. You can plug it directly into there. Now you're coming directly from your amplifier, so you get whatever effects you have. Make sure when you're doing all this plugging in, everything's turned off. Make sure your amplifier's turned off. Make sure the power's turned off on here. Turn the volumes down and then turn things back on and see where you're at. Don't be plugging things in or unplugging things under power. Make sure you've unplugged everything before you try that. But hey, I think we can make some good recordings with this. We're both using the same equipment. We're going to have some nice sounding, good solid digital audio that we can work with. And I have fun doing it. Keeps the mind working, trying to figure all this stuff out and putting those videos together. So give it a try. You can always back this video up and look at it again, but I think I've covered everything. Give me a call if you need anything. Good luck.